So please help me welcome Dmitri Martin to the microphone. Dmitri Martin!
Well, it's true what they say. Bernie supporters are some of the best friends you'll ever make. Thank you. Thank you all for marching to support Bernie, for the issues that he represents, and for the political movement that he started. I'd like to thank Mark for being our chant leader and for emceeing today's event. I'd also like to thank my wife, Lori. Where are you? There. My wife, Lori, and my daughter, Dara, for their support in what I am about to announce. Bernie needs us. He needs us to vote for him this Tuesday. He needs us to phone bank for him until all the states have voted. Woo! Win or lose, he needs us to keep fighting, to organize on the issues and elect national and local politicians who share his vision. And so today, we begin our own political revolution. A revolution to take back our communities, our district, and our state. Today, I ask for your support so that I may serve the people of Waupaca and Eastern Waushara counties as your representative in Assembly District 40. Thank you. Thank you. So the reason I'm running for office is to fight for our children's future. Before our daughter Dara was conceived, Lori and I were torn over whether to bring a new life into this world. A world whose climate could easily spiral out of control in her lifetime. Instead of despair, we decided that the world needs another bright, young, compassionate mind. We committed to nurturing and teaching Dara so that she can help solve our climate crisis and build a sustainable future. Now, I'm far from perfect, but I've tried to be a good role model. As an energy auditor and contractor, I have fought for her continuously by helping homeowners lower their carbon footprint. Thank you. However, I've come to realize that we cannot turn the tide on greenhouse gas emissions when our governor forbids state agencies from complying with the Clean Power Plan. We cannot decrease our fossil fuel use and at the same time build the clean power jobs we need when our Republicans cut $7 million a year from Focus on Energy's budget. Well, I'm not going to settle for insufficient progress. I'm taking this fight to our Capitol, and I'm not going to stand by while some corrupt politicians destroy our children's future. Will you please join me? Will you please join me? You young adults out there, will you stand beside me to fight for a world worth living in? Parents, will you fight beside me against the corporate interests that would profit at the expense of your children? Grandparents, will you use your influence, time, and treasure to protect your greatest legacy, your family? There is strength in numbers. Together, we can bring about policies that not only tackle climate change, but rebuild the once powerful middle class. Now is the time to stop taxing the middle class for corporate subsidies, tax breaks, and loopholes. It's the time to help small businesses compete by lowering their tax rates and increasing the tax rates on large corporations. It's the time to increase middle-class income by investing in infrastructure and clean energy jobs. And it's the time to reduce middle-class expenses by investing in universal health care, preschool, and higher education. Now is the time to fight for the Wisconsin idea. The idea that university faculty, not corporate interests or special interests, should advise legislators on writing laws and should serve on government commissions. It's the idea that our laws should benefit the greatest number of people and not just the wealthy campaign contributors. Ironically, can you believe this? The Wisconsin idea was actually developed by the once great and progressive Republican Party. Right? That was back in my grandfather's day. Well, my grandfather would be ashamed of the Republican Party today. Why, just last year, the Republicans doubled the limits on campaign contributions in our state. They gave the wealthy an even greater influence over policymaking than the rest of us. It passed with the enthusiastic support of Kevin Peterson, our current Assembly representative. That's right. And it's not the first time that Mr. Peterson voted against the working class families of this district. Last year, he introduced and passed legislation, Assembly Bill 384. This bill repeals Wisconsin's ban on building more nuclear power plants. A ban enacted because no one wants nuclear waste in their backyard. Well, Assemblyman Peterson should remember that he works for us and not NextEra Energy, his largest campaign contributor. Even more disturbing is that Mr. Peterson knows that the Department of Energy has identified the granite formation under Waupaca County as a top potential storage location for nuclear waste.
No way! Not here! No way!
He has put our district in danger of becoming a toxic dumping ground by opening the door to nuclear waste in Wisconsin.
Ooh.
Well, we need to shut that door. I promise you this, if elected, I will not be another sellout to big money or corporations or special interest. I will bring back former Senator William Proxmire's Golden Fleece Award. It was awarded to public officials who wasted public money. I will extend the criteria to include legislators who introduce bills to benefit their large campaign contributors, or who accept speaking fees as a way to get around campaign finance laws.
Yeah!
With your help, we will build a movement of Democrats, independents, and Republicans who will stand up and fight back. Who are sick and tired of establishment politics, sick and tired of big money and lobbyists writing our laws, sick and tired of politicians who don't work for the middle class. Now we know that young people lean progressive, yet in Waupaca County, 2 out of every 3 adults under 35 are not registered to vote. This needs to change.
Yeah.
Voting is a right, and registration should not be an obstacle.
Yeah.
That's why, as your representative, I will introduce legislation so that when an eligible voter applies for or renews their driver's license, they are automatically registered to vote. And if we're going to require a photo ID to vote, then getting an ID should not be an obstacle. Yet, many of our senior citizens no longer have their driver's license or their original birth certificate. If elected, I will introduce legislation to automatically issue state IDs to seniors when they don't renew their driver's license. It's pretty common sense. Yes, it's so simple. What is it our Assemblyman and his Republican friends are so afraid of? That's right. They've suppressed voting with photo ID laws. They've rigged elections by adjusting district boundaries. And they've rewritten campaign finance laws to take advantage of their all too cozy relationship with big money. Well, they're afraid of us. They are afraid of Democrats waking up to the fact that they are the silent majority. They're afraid of independents fed up with policies that serve the wealthy, while the middle class suffers more and more every day. They're afraid of Republicans that no longer recognize the party that they grew up with. They're afraid of those who have the most to lose, our youngest citizens. They are the ones who are likely to be working for minimum wage. They are the ones who won't be able to afford college without going massively into debt. They are the ones who will suffer the worst effects of climate change. Well, guess what? They should be afraid. They should be afraid, that's right. While progressives haven't turned out much in recent years, you should know that in 2006, something remarkable and unprecedented happened. It was the year Herb Kohl ran against Robert Lorch. Herb Kohl, a Democrat, mind you, won every village, every city, and every township in our district.
Yeah!
And so, yes, we can win. We can win big time, believing we can get registered, we can turn out, we can organize, we can volunteer, influence, contribute, unite, make this year our year. That's right, our year. Not Dmitri, it's us. We're going to do it together. I'm asking for your support.
You got it.
Thank you. Not only because you're angry with the current political establishment, and I know many of you are, but also because you believe in a future. A future that values a level playing field, environmental stewardship, quality public education, protecting and nurturing our children. A better future for yourself, for your family, for your communities, and a better future for your state. So, for those of you who live in Wapaka and eastern Waushara counties and would like to be a part of this campaign, please see me in the lobby for a free campaign yard sign. Let's use this opportunity to put signs across our district and stake our claim on this year's election. Thank you.